Solidarity with France. Workers united will never be defeated. Il vient à ma mémoire, souvenir de ma famille, de mon père de Normandie, les lumières du grand Paris, sur le chemin d'héritage, du pays de bon courage, qu'as souffert d'être sage, encore je t'encourage. I encourage you, France, sweet France, douce France, cher pays de bonne chance, country of good luck, de mon père et son enfance, je te garde dans mon cœur. Son village, au clocher, aux maisons sages, où les enfants de son âge ont partagé leur bonheur. Oui, je t'aime et je te donne ce poème. Oui, je t'aime dans la joie et la douleur. I love you in joy or sadness, France. What is happening here is Francois Hollande and Manuel Valls are betraying the French people. That's what's happening. And we say, defend the living class wages that make life enjoyable. Defend universal health care. They have it. Defend the 35-hour work week. They want to loosen these laws. It's called deregulation here, but they want to be able to hire and fire people. And in France, you just don't hire and fire people. Their lives depend on it. We need to get that attitude here in the United States, and then you'll see San Francisco being shut down, other cities being shut down. When the general strike comes here, if they make it that bad for us, we will fight back. The other thing, you need to defend. We say no cuts in maternity leave. Can you imagine that? That's another thing they want to cut. No cuts in paid vacation. Of course they want to cut that. You work hard and you need time off to recreate. We call it austerity, don't we? So what they're doing is they're trying to discipline the working class with this emergency measure that the Socialist Party and the legislature does not support. It was passed by emergency decree. It was passed under a new clause. Manuel Valls invoked it. You got to understand that part, that this is ruled by decree. The clause they used is in the Constitution. It's an emergency clause. But think of how this impacts on the entire working class. And then you'll know why they have a general strike. All the transportation workers, all the dock workers in Le Havre today. If you look, I guess all the news is focused on what happened in Orlando. A very regrettable and sad thing to happen. Unless it was a false flag or a hoax, we will be looking into that. But all the news is focused on Orlando. And we're getting a blackout on the French working class, basically shutting down the country. If you want to hear more about this, Steve Zelter on Work Week Radio just finished some interviews with people in Paris. So I hope you'll go check the archives at KPFA and see Work Week Radio for this week. And you will find out a lot of news that you are not getting from the mainstream corporate monopoly press. We call them the corporate government press.
Folks, friends, comrades, my name is Roger Scott. I've been a teacher at City College since 1972. I've had the good fortune to be able to teach in 4 countries and 5 states of this country. And education, public education, and organized labor, and enlightened organized labor, I think are 2 of the main organizations that will bring us together to bring social justice. And also, I've been part of the struggle against police brutality. I'm part of the Mario Woods Coalition for Justice, and I think that's a very good organization for 2 reasons. One, we must convince the police to stop killing people that they're sworn to protect. And second, the struggle to stop police killing is an important part. It's the vanguard of a much larger movement for social and economic justice, not just in this country or this city, but throughout the world. What the French workers are doing now is our struggle. We support the French workers as the French workers support us in our struggle here.
And, you know, one of the things that we're fighting here in San Francisco is privatization at City College in San Francisco. You know, they are trying to destroy City College. They're trying to take away their money. They're attacking the professors. They're attacking the staff. They're cutting it 26%. How can it be in the wealthiest city in the world they have to cut City College 26%? I mean, you have billionaires who throw their money away on things, and then they say they don't have money for public education.
And a 20%, 26% cut during an enrollment crisis is 100% nonsense, in my view.
That's right. So our next speaker is going to be Brad Weimeyer. Brad is a member of SEIU 2015. He's a home care worker. Now, in this country, a lot of home care workers are living with starvation wages. They're really state workers, they're really public workers, but they're paid starvation wages, and yet they're doing an essential job of taking care of people. In France, the home care workers, I'm sure, have a living wage and have housing and free health care. You don't have that in this country, and that's what this government, the Hollande government, wants to get rid of. So welcome, Brad.
It's not just in France, in Canada, in North America, our home care workers make a whole lot more. And one of the reasons they do is because they have a labor party. It's got problems, but their politics are organized politically in the realm of political struggle, and they are working at it. And that's how they get, you know, our sisters and brothers in home care are doing much better. In health care, the single payer insurance system is night and day better than the American ridiculous system of private insurance that is taking health care away from people. And the home health care workers are working to extend coverage so that people can remain in their homes happier, safer, healthier, and for a whole lot less money. And yet the state has been at war with us. Jerry Brown and the right wing of the Democratic Party has attacked home care workers with cuts. Fortunately, through struggle, people have beat back the 7% cut on IHSS home care work. But unfortunately, our unions are in dire need of transformation. SEIU, the union that I'm in, has elections that are stealth elections where they make sure that the members are not participating so that the existing bosses can continue the misrule. And actually, the union we used to be in is just across the street on the 4th floor of this building directly across the way. And they blocked our work on fighting the governor on the 7%. There was understandings behind the scene, etc., etc. So this is what we need to do, is get into our unions, work to demand democracy, demand elections, demand a representative organization, and take that struggle into the political arena. We have a big November election coming. We need to fight for the things that are necessary. We're talking about maybe free situation at City College. That would be great. We'd be taking the inspiration from the French. That's what this rally is about, that the people of France have fought for social justice and have gained things. And now the international capitalists are fighting to remove those victories. 35-hour work week, much more uniform than in the US, where we don't even have 40. We don't even have 50. People are working multiple jobs and making minimum wage. And it's time for us to build a new labor movement in our unions and build a political party that represents us. And you know, there's a number of different ways. Sometimes you have to go into the fights and work there. So keep it up, and vive la France, vive the working class in France, and let's fight together across the world.
Here we are talking about an organized sector workforce becoming more and more into unorganized sector, and back in India, if there are 100 people, we already have 97% in the unorganized sector. These are difficult times, and workers are also being divided on the basis of other identities. It can be the basis of religion or caste, and the identity as a worker or as a laborer then gets hidden, and I don't know how it works here, but there's a lot of religious phobia also, and what we need to stand with each other is across those boundaries of religion. And I actually would like to invite Ashish to say a little more, because we both work together in India.
Many friends, we have come here from India. It was just a chance that we are here for a talk, and we express our solidarity to all of you. And the problems that you are facing, or the French workers are facing, are no different from the problems Indian workers are facing. As Kamaini has already noted, there are 94% of the workforce are in unorganized sector. That means they have no social security. The day they stop earning, the day they stop working, they have no money. They have no wage, they have no social security, no health care. Education is getting privatized. So we all need to fight this. If we are divided on the basis of religion, on the basis of color, we are not going to win this battle. So this is also an opportunity to all the workers of the world, of France, of America, of San Francisco, and where I come from, to realize this, that we will be defeated if you are not united. Thank you.
So here's a statement in Spanish. Estamos en solidaridad con la clase trabajadora francesa. La victoria a los sindicatos y sus aliados que están haciendo la huelga general este 14 de junio contra el ataque a los derechos de los trabajadores. Observamos que esta ley no fue aprobada por la legislatura elegida, se convirtió en ley solo por el uso de una cláusula de poderes de emergencia. Decimos a defender los derechos de los trabajadores contra los políticos falsos socialistas como François Hollande y Manuel Valls, que traicionaron el pueblo francés tratando de hacer que la autoridad en la vida con una afirmación engañosa que esto es necesario debido a la alta tasa de desempleo y debido a eventos terroristas. A defender, 1, salarios dignos que hacen la vida agradable. 2, la atención sanitaria universal. 3, la semana de 35 horas. 4, no cortes en la licencia de maternidad. Y 5, no cortes en el tiempo de vacaciones pagadas. Gracias.
This is an amazing thing that's happening in France with this uprising. You know, more than 1 million French workers have been involved in various actions over the last few months, including the general strike, the national general strike that's happening in France now. In addition, there's a youth and student movement called Nuit Debout, which translated roughly means up all night. They stay up all night in the parks and in the street corners and in the streets themselves, and have concerts and demonstrations and speeches. There's blockades going. The oil refinery workers were on strike. The dock workers refused to unload the tankers. And they were sitting out in the harbor because the dock workers refused to unload them. It got to be so bad that filling stations ran dry. The government had to tap into the strategic national oil reserve in order to keep the country moving in terms of oil. High school students, on one day, 165 high schools were blockaded. There were steel workers blockading the ports in Marseille. There were in Nantes and Rouen. There were workers blockading the ports there, port workers. This is a tremendous national uprising. And why are people taking this new labor law so seriously? Well, for one thing, due to hard struggle, the French workers had won the 35-hour week. In other words, 35 hours over that, the employers have to pay overtime. It's a tremendous guarantee to give something to the unemployed, to give work for the unemployed. That's one of the things they want to destroy. The whole web of advantages and gains that the working class has made in France over the years through intense struggle is in the gun sights of the rulers in France. And so, you know, they talked about, they had the 35-hour week. Well, you know, in the depths of the Great Depression in the United States, there was a bill that was put before the Senate which called for 30 hours a week, where they have to pay overtime over 30. And it passed the Senate, and it almost passed the House. That's how close we came to getting 30-hour week here. So one of the demands that's been raised over time is 30 for 40. 30 hours work for 40 hours pay, which would put a lot of people, millions of people, back to work. So the French need to keep their 35-hour week, and we need 30 for 40.
Oh, 'tis the final conflict. Let each stand in their place. The international working class shall be the human race. 'Tis the final conflict. Let each stand in their place. The international working class shall be the human race. Come and sing the simple song of freedom. Sing it like you've never sung before. Let it fill the air. Tell the people everywhere. We the people, we don't want your wars. Hey there, Mr. Rich Man, can you hear us? We don't want your mansion or your shame. I just want a house and feed my family. Don't want your wars on terror in our name. Can you sing this? No, come and sing the simple song of freedom. Sing it like you never sung before. Let it fill the air. Tell the people everywhere. We the people, we don't want your war. How many have you armed and enlisted? We've seen the way you demonize with lies. To the masters of the media, we've resisted. Long live Work Week Radio, KPFA. Full of lies to divide and destabilize. Come on, people, don't buy propaganda. Don't buy the corporate media's dirty lies. 'Cause it's a bloody game by those who have no shame. To feed the greed, the power, freedom dies. So come and sing the simple song of freedom. Sing it like you never sung before. Let it fill the air. Tell the people everywhere. We the people We won't fight your wars.
All right.
Only by making justice can the peace be won. Sharing all Commonwealth is wise. It's everybody's earth and it's everybody's sun. To wake to in the morning when you rise. Let's rise! Come sing a simple song with you. Sing it like you never sung before. Let it fill the air. Tell the people everywhere. We the people, we don't want your war. No doubt ruling classes want world profits. Like presidents, prime ministers, and kings. And corporate CEOs want us to fight their foes. While puppets on their strings do violent things. We say, come and sing the song on the sing it like you've never sung before. Let it fill the air, tell the people everywhere. We the people, we won't fight your wars. Victory to the French!
When the Union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. But what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the Union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the Union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn. But without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel could turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the Union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the Union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, where the Union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the Union makes us strong. When the Union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. But what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the Union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the Union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn. But without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel could turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the Union makes us strong.